Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you cinema sickos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Shatzer, and today I have an incredibly weird science fiction horror film lined up for us. It is William Sachs' 1977 cult classic hit. It is The Incredible Melting Man, and with a title like that, how can you go wrong? Let's jump right into this one. Here is The Incredible Melting Man. The Incredible Melting Man is a strangely compelling science fiction horror concoction, and a masterfully grotesque special effects tour de force, showcasing a wild array of inventive practical effects and ghoulish creature effects for our tragic antagonist monster. Surprisingly atmospheric and shot beautifully in that grindhouse rough around the edges sense, the production takes full advantage of the radioactive premise and goes balls to the wall in presenting a feature that is anything but typical and entirely unchained when it comes to gruesome content. Saturated in a 50s sci-fi B-movie premise, and cranked up to 100 when it comes to horrific gore and calculating cruelty. The Incredible Melting Man is a bizarre production to say the least, but it's one that goes for the jugular when presenting a most off-kilter science fiction horror production. The film follows the tragic events that occur after an astronaut named Steve West arrives back on Earth after the failure of his ill-fated space voyage, suffering from exposure to the deadly cosmic rays of Saturn's rings. After escaping from the hospital, the slowly decomposing and melting West runs amok, attacking anyone with a pulse and feasting on their flesh, all the while military man General Michael Perry and friend Dr. Ted Nelson do everything in their power to contain the news of a radioactive melting maniac from the press, and return Steve West back to the hospital before he murders any more innocent people. But that's easier said than done when it comes to stopping an incredible melting man. With a tight-knit cast of characters and a penchant to go a little bit overboard with the material, the performers on display are incredibly succinct with the bizarre subject matter, as they give it their all in trying to sell this most wonderfully weird science fiction premise. From no-nonsense military men to sympathetic scientists, the cast stretches themselves thin to fill in this world of horrific radioactive monsters and space expeditions gone terribly, terribly wrong. The heavy hitters and horrified hopefuls of this stupendously grotesque sci-fi romp are Bird D. Benning as Dr. Ted Nelson, the determined friend and compassionate scientist desperately trying to save Steve West's deteriorating life. Myron Healy as General Michael Perry, a crotchety head military brass man who just wants this horrible event swept under the rug. Anne Sweeney as Judd Nelson, Ted's beautiful and caring wife, and frequent hysterical drama queen. Michael Aldridge as Sheriff Neil Blake, a conscientious lawman charged to bring law and order to this now terrified community. And finally Alex Rebar as Steve West, the distinguished space astronaut turned incredible melting man. With piss and vinegar and a whole hell of a lot of genuine grounded acting chops, the cast of The Incredible Melting Man does their best job in making this off-the-wall scenario plausible and believable, and they all do their part in bringing it all together and making for one hell of a memorable movie experience. If there's one standout aspect of The Incredible Melting Man that really makes it the cinematic gem that it is, that would be the film's outstanding special effects and ever-changing creature designs. Gloriously grotesque and completely gore-tastic, the film really ups the ante in bringing the blood and guts to stark life. The killings are horrific, and the constant and progressing deterioration of Steve West's terrible condition is displayed in vivid presentation, with a devolving series of makeup effects that truly bring the character to life as he quickly begins to dissolve before our very eyes. It's a crowning achievement to say the least, and it mixes beautifully with the dire story and the commendably crafted way in which the filmmakers lay out this most tragic of tales. Cruel, unusual, and completely off the rails in content and conclusion, The Incredible Melting Man is a morbid work of art that definitely raises the bar when it comes to grindhouse productions. In the end, The Incredible Melting Man is a fascinatingly weird and highly accomplished science fiction horror masterpiece, which is sick, twisted, and a whole hell of a lot of fun to experience. And there you have it, you melting freaks. That is the incredibly fantastic and ultimately enjoyable science fiction horror romp. That is The Incredible Melting Man, with some amazing special effects, some beautiful shot photography, and just a really insane premise with some really wacky, weird characters. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.